Hello, Joy and the Journey team. This is Heidi Bejo, and I wanted to just talk with you guys a little bit about routines and why they're important to me. So, I am at a work conference this week, one of the biggest, busiest ones I have in the year. Super long, exhausting days. I left my hotel room this morning at about 7:15 in the morning, and other than a quick visit back to my hotel room this afternoon, I've pretty much been in meetings all day. So I had a breakfast meeting this morning, then several other meetings, then a lunch meeting, then several other meetings, then a reception, and then a dinner. And I think in total today I've had about 13 or 14 meetings. So long, exhausting day. And as I was coming back up to it's about 10 o'clock right now, and as I was coming back up to my hotel room, I was really just kind of thinking about how I'm so glad that I have a morning routine that really allows me to hit the ground running. And I just wanted to talk about that. I've made some posts more recently for you about the importance of designing what a perfect day looks like for you and what a perfect week would look like for you. And again, we can't live to those every day or every week, but it's always good in our minds to have an idea of what that looks like, because we want something to strive for. And I also, in a separate post, recently shared the whole theory on what gets measured gets done, and the habit tracker that I'm using, and the things that I'm tracking for this month. And I wanted you to know, I do travel a fair amount for work, and I wanted you to know that to me that stuff is so important that I have those same routines whether I'm home or on the road. And just to illustrate that, I will show you in my morning routine, one of the very first thing I do in the morning is drink Heather's Fiber. So when I'm traveling, I carry this little container of that. And then the next thing I do is drink Power Greens. So again, I have that with me for travel. And then the next thing I do is drink a glass of warm lemon water. I don't travel with whole lemons typically. I usually just get the lemons from the hotel that I'm staying at. I also take vitamins every day, so my vitamins are in this little package. And I do try to take noni juice. Again, I don't travel with that, so that's something I do when I'm home. Following that, if you look back at that habit tracker list, will be a bulletproof coffee. That is something I've been drinking for years now. I really like it. Basically what that is you put organic grass-fed butter and MCT or coconut oil in your coffee. For me, when I'm traveling, I don't travel with butter. I kind of punt on that one, and again, just get butter from the hotel. It's probably not organic or grass-fed, but again, I'm on the road. There's only so much I can take. I do travel though with this container, which has coconut oil in it. And then the other thing I do, coffee's very acidic and our bodies tend to be really acidic. And so one thing you can do that has no taste difference in your coffee is put a little baking soda in there. So also I travel with a tiny little container of baking soda to put in my coffee. The one break I did get today when I ran back up to my hotel room was to drink my Shakeology. I did that on purpose this afternoon, just took a quick break, ran up there, slammed down a chocolate one, and the goal of that was to keep me from eating all of the snacks and food and hors d'oeuvres and just nonstop food at a conference, and I really don't want to do that. So I do travel with Shakeology, and some of you know I've had some intestinal injuries in the past, so I also use the Beachbody Digestive Health Boost with my Shakeology. So again, I travel with that as well. And then in my wind it down routine in the evening, that is basically I do some stretching and foam rolling. I don't travel with a foam roller, but I use a water bottle as a pinch hit on that, and or I just do some extra stretching. And then I drink Natural Calm, which is a magnesium supplement that's great for sleep. And so again, travel with that. And then I read. So my ramp it up morning routine and my wind it down evening routines really happen no matter where I'm at. And I want to just take a little time to explain why I think that's so important based on research I've done and truthfully just how my body responds to that. Having that ramp it up and that wind it down routine, whether I'm on the road or at home, no matter where I'm at, has been really great in keeping just my body consistent and healthy. I truly believe that. The other reason I think it's important is that it's important to get this stuff to a point where it's literally just automatic and cruise control for you and part of your lifestyle. And the reason I think that's important is if you study the brain and you study decision making, there is such a thing as brain fatigue. So our brains can only make so many decisions in a day. And if we're always having to decide to be healthy instead of creating these habits that automatically are healthy, then we're always, I don't want to say wasting, because making healthy choices is important. I don't think it's a waste of brain power. But that being said, if we can get to a point where it is habit and it is automatic, we're not using brain power daily to make decisions that could just be automatic and be easy. And it takes, the reason that's important, there's several reasons besides brain fatigue, but basically it takes less willpower because it's automatic. I mean, you don't have to fight those demons anymore because you just do the healthy thing. It increases efficiency in your day. If you have these structured routines, it takes less time to do them over time, as they become automatic. I agree that while you're tracking it, it will take a little more time during that phase. It takes 21 to 60 days to build a new habit. So during that time, it's really important that you're tracking what you're doing so that you know if you're consistent and dedicated to whatever the goal is, whether it's something you want to do daily or 3 times a week or 5 times a week or whatever. If you're not tracking it, you don't know if it's become a habit in the way that you want it to be. So during that tracking phase, that 21 to 60 days, it will take a little extra time, but in the long run, it actually takes less time, less willpower, less decision, and it increases your efficiency. And then the final couple reasons is really those things are typically things that do, if you think about what you would want to track for habits, those are typically things that make you healthier. So that's the beauty of it. You build good habits, you build healthy habits, and over time they become automatic. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about making a true lifestyle change, is getting these healthy things more automatic in your life. And then lastly, especially when we're talking about a ramp it up routine or a morning routine, it's a great way to really build some momentum to your day. And it really makes me feel like I kind of come out of the gates just in a sprint. I mean, if I wake up in the morning, and especially when I was tracking all that stuff, and I'm doing it right now just to make sure I'm as consistent as I want to be, because I haven't tracked that stuff for a little while. But, when I wake up in the morning and I drink that fiber, and I drink my Power Greens, and I drink my lemon water, and I drink my bullet coffee, and I move through that list, I have all these check marks off a list before I've even really started working for the day. And there's something about having that momentum of I got all of this done, and this stuff's important to me, and it's healthy, makes me feel good. But just seeing all those check marks is totally empowering. So it's just a neat way to really build momentum as you go into your day as well. So again, it's been a long day. Like I said, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm kind of exhausted. I'm actually, when I'm done with this, I'm going to put this in a cup of hot water and enjoy this natural calm for the evening. But just wanted to take a little time as I was reflecting on why I'm glad I have routines and just share that why behind that for you. So I hope this serves you well. I hope you guys are enjoying our Joy in the Journey group. If you have any questions, just mention them in the comments below. Happy to answer those. And if you would like to share, maybe you have other reasons why routines are important to you, or if there's something that you're working on. We kind of mentioned this in the habit tracker before, but if you've thought about it since then, and you now, after seeing the habit tracker post and watching this video, if you're now saying, oh, this is something I want to work on for February, drop that in the comments below as well. So thanks so much. Hope this serves you well, and totally appreciate you guys being part of this group, and have a nice evening. Good night.